Welcome again. As we have discussed the uniform bending method to determine the Young's modulus in our last lab, so today we will try to discuss the next experiment to determine the Young's modulus again with the help of the non-uniform bending of the beam. So now in this non-uniform bending, we will apply our load in the middle of the beam. So same experimental setup is required as in our last experimental setup we had. So now we will try to move towards the non-uniform bending of the beam. As we will apply the load in the middle of the beam at in the center at the equal distances from the knife edges. So then what will happen? It will bend downwards and it will not form an arc of a circle. The bending beam will not form an arc of a circle, and this type of the bending is known as the non-uniform bending of the beam. So if you will apply a weight of weight W, let's say 50 gram every time we are applying. So at the middle point we will apply this, and reaction it will be on the knife edges. Okay, so here is our experimental setup. Again the same experimental setup we are having. So we need to perform similarly as in uniform bending. We have calculated this B and D of the beam, the same beam we are using here, and this is again our traveling microscope. These are the load, and we will determine the bending of the beam when the load is applied in the middle of the beam. Here is the lab manual for the non-uniform bending of the beam. So the formula used for that is y is equals to mgl cube upon 4 bd cube y, where m is the mass which is suspended in the middle of the beam. Small g is the acceleration due to gravity, that is 9.8 meter per second square. L is the distance between the two knife edges, B is the breadth of the rectangular beam, and D is the thickness of the rectangular beam, and Y is the depression. So that we want to find which is there in the midpoint of the beam due to the load. These are the tabular columns in which we need to determine the breadth of the rectangular beam by using the vernier calipers, and the thickness of the rectangular beam by using the screw gauge. Here are the taken observations that we determined by using the screw gauge and the vernier calipers. So 0.02 is the least count for this vernier calipers, and 0.01 is the least count for the screw gauge, and these are the observational data for the B and the D. This is the tabular column to determine the value of the small y. So let me try to find out the values for this observational data by this non-uniform bending of the beam. Here you can see I have fixed my beam, and this traveling microscope is also focused. So I can see now by this using this traveling microscope, and I have just focused by this focusing screw the inverted image of the pointer that is in the middle, which I have placed in the middle, a pin that I have placed. So the inverted image of the top of this pin is there on the cross wire of this traveling microscope. So I have just trying to apply the initial load, that is W naught, and this W naught is of 50 gram, and now I'll focus this and then take the observation of this traveling microscope on loading and unloading. So let me note down all the observations so that my video it will be very it will not take much data. So that let me take the observations and then I'll show you. So these are the observational data that I have taken noted down by the experimental setup all the data that is required to calculate the Young's modulus of the material of the beam which is given. A wooden beam we are taking here, so that is calculated like this. So like this we have completed this experiment, and you can also make the calculations for this experimental setup, and if any query, then you can drop the message, and then we will discuss again and try to make some more videos to understand more experiments. Thank you.